is no way I could have predicted what happened to me when I quit my career as an architect to become a freelance writer for the outdoors. But architecture is a cool job, people would say. Spoiler alert, it's not. I was overworked, underpaid, and I managed multi-million-dollar projects where everybody who I managed made more money than me. And I was punished for working within a 40-hour work week. So I saved and saved until I finally had enough money to take a gap year. I just needed to breathe. My partner said he would support me if I could answer one simple question. What was I going to do when I got back? The truth was I had no idea. So instead of a gap year, I decided to use that money to quit my career cold turkey and become a freelance writer for the outdoors. I had absolutely zero experience in writing and digital marketing, but I was determined to figure it out. So I hustled. I networked, I pitched, I failed, I pitched again, and I worked my booty off. In the process, I was published in national magazines such as Backpacker, Outside, and I even appeared on national television. On paper, it looked like I had it made. I was getting paid to go on climbing trips in Thailand, swimming in gear, and bylines. It looked great, but the reality was actually quite different. In fact, I was working 60 to 80 hours a week. All of my trips and my time away from home was spent working on projects. There was an insane pressure to go further, do harder things, be more unique. I just got done from climbing the Grand Teton when a client asked me, well, what's next? The hustle culture, one-upping, and keeping up with the outdoor cliques was absolutely killing my soul. As I looked around, I realized I'd put myself in the exact situation that I had left. Just instead of job sites, I was surrounded by mountains. Admittedly, not a bad trade-off, but the hustle culture was still there. The misogyny was still there, and the pay was still abysmal. Then in 2020, almost 4 years into my self-employed journey, things changed. Obviously, the pandemic sent everything to a screaming halt. But I learned something about the outdoor industry. They didn't value their contractor and freelance talent. We were quickly kicked to the curb and strongly taken advantage of. Clients I had worked with for years ghosted me instantly despite a huge rise in outdoor recreation that still hasn't gone away today. The culture and feeling like you were in the in crowd was just a false sense of security, and I needed out. I was exhausted from trying to prove myself of being worthy in the outdoors, and I was doing hours of work that really equated to pennies of pay. Meanwhile, I had viral articles, a huge resume, and proven success in the space. I also had my outdoor blog, foxintheforest.net. That was a pet project of mine since 2016. In 2020, my blog exploded. I suddenly had millions of eyes on my website, all without social media. I had gotten rid of it, and I saw myself with thousands of dollars in revenue from my blog. I leveraged this, and a close friend and colleague of mine brought me on as a contractor with a digital marketing agency as a content strategist. And everything was amazing for several years. I was making full-time income on part-time hours. After 5 years of hard work, I finally felt like I had the work-life balance I had always dreamed of. Then everything came crashing down in early 2024. Google made some updates, a topic for another time, and me, like thousands of other content creators, lost tens of thousands of dollars of revenue overnight. To say this was devastating is an absolute understatement. And that's when I turned to YouTube and started this channel. It was going to be in the works anyway, but that incident really set a fire under me. It hasn't been an easy year. In fact, it's been one of the hardest years for my business. I'm asking myself really important questions, like why I've been so conditioned to constantly hustle. And what does success mean to me now that I have a child? What have I learned about the realities of getting outdoors along the way that I can really share with you guys? These are things I'm still working on, and that's fine. No one's ever complete in their thinking. One thing for sure, though, I'll never go back to working for anyone else. I took a huge leap to get where I am, and I'm not giving up anytime soon. I'm less focused on the hustle and far more focused on giving you an honest look at outdoor culture. I value authenticity above all else. To me, success isn't about how much I've done, but it's about empowering you to chase your adventure. If this is a message that resonates with you, you're going to want to be sure to sign up for my newsletter in the show notes down below.